If you've ever wondered why your YouTube videos aren't getting any views, or why the views that you do get aren't turning into any website visits or sales, it could come down to some common uploading mistakes. In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to upload videos onto YouTube the right way using the YouTube settings and SEO strategies that I've applied across multiple channels to drive real traffic and generate over $300,000 in sales with this channel alone. Before we dive in, if you're new here, I go by Aria the Creator. Be sure to subscribe for weekly videos on YouTube advertising, digital marketing, and turning content into clients. Alrighty, let's get into it. Step number one, of course, is to upload the video file, and you could do this on your YouTube channel by coming over here to create and then upload video, or when you're logged into your YouTube studio, you can click on that plus create icon, and then from here you can select the files. Now that that's done, it's going to look like this. Now, first off, there is a myth that the file name of your video will affect how the video performs. There's some people who give the advice of putting keywords in the file name. However, it's been shown that that truly doesn't affect it. The main place where keywords matter is in the title. Now, there's a distinction between clickable titles and also search-based titles. So clickable titles are like this one right here. This is an example by Mr. Beast, and it says, "Would you risk drowning for $500,000? So no one's actually going to go into YouTube and type in that title name. So this title's goal is mainly to appear in browse and to get recommended to people's audience. If you are more an educational channel, so if you're creating tutorials, if you're teaching, then this is where keywords truly do matter. So this is a Kajabi tutorial, and so I did some research, and this is a really good title because keywords like Kajabi, tutorial, and beginners are actual things that people are typing into the search bar. And so before you publish your title, I do recommend using tools like vidIQ or TubeBuddy. Both of them are really great, and I like to type in mine into TubeBuddy, that's just my preference, and it will recommend me a bunch of different keywords. And so from there, I can integrate those into my title. I also recommend that you simply go to the YouTube search bar and you look up your title and you model other successful titles out there. Now, you don't need to directly copy them, although that is allowed. You could just see what's already working and you can model success. By the way, as I'm going through this, there's a free checklist down below to make sure that you don't miss any of these steps. So be sure to download that so that it's easier to follow along. Now, this next part here is the description, and you probably noticed that I already have text right here. So some of you may not already have that, and the way that you integrate that is in your YouTube Studio, underneath Settings, if you click on Upload Defaults, this is where you can have a default description that always shows up whenever you're uploading a video. This can make it really easy for you to not have to dig around and find links, and so that you don't miss anything. As part of that free checklist, I will include a template for this to make it easier for you, so be sure to download that. But the first part of the description that's important is some type of hook with keywords in there. Now, this first sentence will often appear in YouTube search. Now, it's not like something that people always read. However, it's really great for appearing towards the top of search because YouTube will scan the first characters of your description and it will analyze those keywords. And so you can have something that's just intriguing, something with keywords. For this one, I said unlock the secrets of building a successful membership site on Kajabi, so that is intriguing. For this one, I will put follow this complete step-by-step tutorial of Kajabi for beginners, quick and easily. It's good to reinforce the same keywords again. And then this next part, you want to copy and paste your most relevant link. So maybe within that video, you mentioned a freebie, maybe you mentioned some other video on your channel, or an offer. So as part of that upload default template, you want to always have all of your links handy, and this video happens to be about Kajabi, so I want to bump that up towards the top. The reason is because when people go to watch this video, then they're going to be able to see that link front and center without having to click on that more button. So we want people to easily be able to access your links so that you can drive traffic to your website. The more loopholes, the more steps, then the less the conversion is. So another thing as well is that a lot of people, and I've reviewed hundreds of YouTube channels, you would be surprised at how many people forget this text within their URL. You want to have this so that your link is clickable. It is very rare that people will manually type in a URL. So before publishing, make sure that you have this, test out the links, try clicking on it, and make sure that they work. This next part here is a ChatGPT prompt. So you can simply copy and paste this, and again, this is in that free checklist down below. You can copy and paste this into ChatGPT, add in your title, and then you can copy and paste some keywords. So for example, if I copy and paste this title and I go over to TubeBuddy, you can check out the Keyword Explorer tool. And if you paste that and you go over to tags, then it's going to tell you the most common keywords. And so you can copy a bunch of these, and then you can copy them to your clipboard. And then from there, you can come back here, and then you can add that in. And then you want to take all of this and then copy and paste it over into ChatGPT along with the title, and it's going to give you a really great description. So here's what that prompt looks like. As you can see, it wrote a really great description, so I'm going to copy that, come back over here to YouTube, get rid of that text, and replace it with this. Now we have a really optimized description with keywords, and that link is still towards the top. Amazing. So as you can see, I have some of my other links for my course. I offer some one-on-one and done-for-you services. It's good to have your social media as well. And any other offers that you have. What I like to do is I like to get rid of links that maybe I didn't reference. So this video has nothing to do with my philanthropy, so I'm going to get rid of that. It's been shown that the less links that you have, the more likely people are going to actually click on them, because when you give people so many options, they don't know which one to pick, and so there's a smaller chance that they'll actually pick any. So I'm going to get rid of any other ones that I didn't mention, and just like this. And then lastly, in the description, we have some optional chapters and hashtags. Chapters are when the video is divided into different segments. So as you can see, as I'm putting my cursor over this timeline, I gave all of these a different name. And so you can add this in as well. And this doesn't have to be with every video, but it works really well with tutorials. So in the description, you could see that I typed out the chapters, and I did that by starting the first one off with 0, giving that a name, and then right when that section ended, I typed that in as the beginning of the next one. Some people choose to manually do this. However, AI has made this really easy. So I actually used Descript to edit my video, and using its AI tool, it also gave me these chapters. This saves me so much time, especially since this tutorial is over 30 minutes. Now I don't need to go through and actually write down and do everything manually. So yes, when you're uploading, you can simply copy and paste your chapters right there. Hashtags are optional. They really don't matter as much as they used to. It's just another way for people to come across your content, but it's very rare on YouTube that people will type in hashtag Kajabi. That's more of a practice on Instagram and Facebook. But yeah, it doesn't hurt to add it in, so I always encourage it. If it can't hurt, then why not? Next, we want to upload a thumbnail. Now, YouTube has a feature which is newer. It came out a couple years ago, where you can A/B test different thumbnails. And so if you click on those 3 dots right here, then you can test and compare. So you can experiment with different text, different images, different styles, and YouTube will tell you which one performed the best. You don't always have to do this, but it's a really great practice just to see which of your thumbnails work best. From there, you can add the video to any relevant playlist. If you don't have any made, simply click on New Playlists, and then from here you can give it a name, and it'll prompt you on how to add videos into that playlist. From there, you want to select your audience. So unless you are making content specifically for children, you want to select no, it is not made for kids. Only select yes if your content is only for kids and not adults. So these are videos like if you're singing children's songs or reading children's books. Otherwise, select no, even if your content couldn't be harmful or, even if it could be appropriate for children, always select no for this. With age restriction, again, unless you have something that could potentially be against YouTube's community guidelines, then for this, you can select no, don't restrict my videos. So be careful with this one. If you want to learn more, then simply click here and you can read YouTube's most up-to-date guidelines. This next part here is really important. So a lot of people have a misunderstanding when it comes to paid promotion. So you only want to say yes to this one if you are promoting another brand's product. So if a brand is paying you to promote their product in your video, maybe they sent you their product in the mail to show and to demonstrate, then that's when you want to select yes. This also applies to any affiliate products as well. So for example, in my Kajabi tutorial videos, I do select yes because I am directly affiliated with Kajabi, and when people sign up with my link, I earn a percentage of the commission. If you are only promoting your own products and services, you do not need to click this. So if you're just driving people to your own website, maybe you're offering courses, coaching, your own book, you do not need to select this. You also don't need to select this box if you have affiliate links or brand sponsor links in your description, but you don't mention it in the video. And you also don't need to check this if you mention some other brand or their product, but you're not affiliated with them. When you are affiliated with a brand and you check this box, when people click on your video, there's going to be a little banner that appears that says includes paid promotion. Some people believe that having that is a turnoff to your audience or that it'll hurt your reach and your monetization. That's actually not true. Even on my own channel, whenever I have that, there's no noticeable difference within the audience retention, and no one ever left a comment saying that it bothered them. Some people say as well that you don't need to check this box even if you have a brand sponsorship and you're promoting another product. Currently, YouTube is not that strict, and so technically some people do get away with it. However, my advice is to protect your channel over time, because according to some articles from YouTube's community guidelines, not checking this can create risk. So you can actually be given a fine from the FTC. YouTube can take legal action against you. This can also lose trust with your audience if they find out that there was a paid sponsorship and you didn't say so. And also, YouTube can demonetize your video and your channel and take down those videos. So it's always safe to check this if you are sponsoring another brand's product. Moving on, so altered content. So you want to check yes for this one if you are using any AI, especially to make someone appear like they're saying something that they didn't say or do. You also want to check this if you're altering any footage of a real event or place, or generating any realistic looking scenes that don't actually occur. So this one, it really came around when AI arose, and so if you're using AI, you want to select yes, but if not, select no. And again, if you don't give accurate information, YouTube can demonetize you and take down your channel and your videos. There's another feature on YouTube where you can have automatic chapters. I've tested this before. However, I found that they're not always accurate. It's always better just to have your own chapters, use Descript's AI, and always check over to make sure that they're accurate. So you can experiment with that for yourself, but I've heard, and many other people have experienced it as well, where it just didn't create the best results. I never found this one really necessary. This is where YouTube automatically picks where in a public space your video is. I always just don't check that. It's really not important. You also have automatic concepts. So this helps viewers to learn more about unfamiliar terms without leaving the video. So YouTube can automatically place more information in the description. I never like to check that, so I would recommend that for you as well. Next off, we have tags. So if you remembered, a few minutes ago, we were using TubeBuddy to find the most popular keywords along with my title. So you could just simply copy and paste those here. it's been shown that tags don't matter as much as they used to. So I would just simply take that method of using TubeBuddy or vidIQ to copy and paste the most popular keywords. This section really shouldn't take you more than 60 seconds because, again, it's not as important as it used to be. Moving on, you can select your language. These next settings here don't matter as much, but you can just select English, keep this at none. You can also have a recording date, even though date and location really don't matter. It truly doesn't affect your SEO and whether you appear to your target audience. This one you can ignore. You can just keep it as standard. This allows other people to embed your video into web pages. So I usually like to keep this on because even this video here, I embedded it onto one of my landing pages so that people could watch it, and so it never hurts just to keep this on. This one allows you to publish your video to your subscription feed and to notify your subscribers. So if you're ever posting a video that wouldn't be quite as appealing to your current audience, then you can always uncheck this and YouTube will show your video to a new audience outside of your current subscriber base. So this is good for just testing out different concepts and seeing how it performs outside of your current subscriber base. For shorts remixing, this allows other people to create shorts from your content from the video. I always allow this because it can't hurt to get some publicity. I mean, even whatever people are making, if they're making shorts about it, it can actually drive traffic to your channel, whether it's a positive video or a negative one. So I always like to keep that on. Underneath category, there are a number of different options for you to choose from. So for some of these, there's some drop-down menus as well. So for example, if I pick a gaming, then you can actually find a bunch of different games and you can further categorize this and YouTube can really recommend it to the right people. But a lot of these actually don't have a lot of options. When it comes to education, even if you are in an educational niche, this is more for academic education. So a lot of this comes down to science or people studying for really big exams. People and blogs is a really good overall one, especially if you have a personal brand. Categories don't matter too much, so don't overthink this. Just choose one. The main thing that matters is your title and your description for search engine optimization. When it comes to comments, you can keep those on, you can choose how they're sorted, and you can choose whether or not to show how many viewers liked your video. Next off, if your channel is monetized, you will have this next tab, so you can choose whether or not to turn ads on or off. I always say yes because YouTube's going to run ads on your videos no matter what, even if you're not monetized, so you might as well get paid for it. And you can also manage where those ads are placed. So if you click on Manage Ads, you can insert an ad slot and you can choose best spots. So it's often good to add ads after a cliffhanger or after a certain part where you know people are likely going to keep watching, because you don't want people to completely click off your video if you add too many ads, especially in the wrong spots. So many of you know how to do this if you're already monetized. So click on Next afterwards. And here you just want to make sure that you want to confirm that your video doesn't have anything that would go against their community guidelines. So I'm going to click none of the above. Then you click on Submit Rating, and it'll take a few moments. That will save. Moving on, you can add subtitles. YouTube does this automatically, so you really don't need to worry about this. From there, you can also add an end screen. Many of you have seen this before. This is where at the end of your video, it recommends a playlist or 2 videos at once. I always recommend just having one video that's related to this video, so something on a similar topic on your channel, or maybe it's a video that you referenced. I wouldn't recommend having 2 videos because it's been shown that the conversion rate, so people going over to those videos, isn't as high if you just give them one option. You can also add cards. So this is when you reference a video and something appears right here. So in this example, I'll put an example of a card so you could see. You can actually click on that. You can click on that card and it'll take you to another video or a playlist or a channel or a link that you have. And so let's say at this moment here, let's say I choose a video card, then I can choose one of the videos in my content library, and that will appear towards the top corner of the video. So afterwards, you want to click save on that, click on next, and this will just ensure that there's no copyright issues. Click next again, and then from here you can choose whether to publish as unlisted or public, or you can schedule the video. I usually recommend to not have the video go public right away because YouTube could still be processing your video for HD. So we don't want the video to go public if it's blurry, if it's not fully uploaded. So you can either keep it as unlisted and then come back a couple hours later and then publish it, or I always like to schedule it ahead of time. So you could choose a couple days in advance or maybe later that same day. Try to give it at least a couple hours, and then from there you can publish it. The last thing I want to share is that once the video goes public, go into the comments and include a link and the call to action. So don't just copy and paste the link. Actually tell people what that link leads to. So for this example, it says limited time deal, get 3 months of Kajabi for $99, plus a free coaching call, plus free marketing course, plus free templates. Then I put a little emoji and the link. Now people know what they're actually going towards. And this is effective for driving website traffic because when people go into the comments and engage with your videos, then they will see that link and you are increasing the odds that you will turn your viewers into sales. Don't forget that I have that free checklist, and if you're someone who is serious about using YouTube to market your business, check out the 3 different levels of support that we have down below. We would love to support you with our Go at Your Own Pace course. We also have intimate group coaching, or we're happy to take a lot of the load off of your plate, do some done-for-you services, and also work with you one-on-one on any of these different things right here. The link is down below. Don't be one of those people who just sits around. Be an action taker today, and I can't wait to support you in this journey. Thank you for watching. I'll see you for the next one.